All right, what's up, everybody? So, recap from today's trading. I want this to be more of a market recap than anything else. So, let's look at it. Man, what a good day today would have been if I had just done what I had to do. What do I mean by that? I entered a trade today. It was a win. Yep. But I only had one contract on. Usually I trade with 4 contracts, so I'm not even 100% sure how that happened. It's all in the live stream from today. The contract, I just decided, you know what, let me follow my rules and take off profit where I normally would, and just take full profit there. But that's not what I came to talk about. We can go into that trade later, but what I want to really talk about is market outlook, right? And where I saw price going coming into the day, as well as where price went today. So coming into the day, we were, let's see here, 8, 9 o'clock, boom. So 9 o'clock, we're on this candle. And what I'm looking for here is I need some form of sweeping liquidity for us to go higher, and ultimately to take out this right here. Now, what is that, you may ask? That is the previous daily high from Tuesday. Once that was taken out, I was like, yeah, boom, we're good. We're good for the week. We're going to the moon. Tomorrow, I expect expansion again. Another bullish candle, so I'll look for longs tomorrow. But I expected us to come up to this point at a minimum today and look to take that out. So you look on the hour, it's a little clearer on the 30-minute, I think. We have equal lows that need to be swept. I'm going to 15. Yeah. Equal lows that need to be swept before we can do anything, which is exactly what happened. We had those equal lows. They got swept, and then from there we were able to hop in the trade to go bullish up to our target. In the Discord I'm a part of, we had a very interesting discussion today about trading in terms of how do you feel about closing the trade early? How do you feel about all those types of things, right? I said I don't really care about closing a trade early per se if it is that I'm following my system. For example, today, this is the inverse that we took. Up in here, which I believe I already did a video for, but I'll double check. No, I did do a video for it already. This right in here, right? So you got this entry. Bad entry though, jeez. Anyways, got this entry, and this was my first target. So this is how it was really looking. So I wanted to get in here, but didn't. So I got in up here. My stop was below the IFG, and I was targeting this. Boom. Which is the previous daily high. So this is my break-even point right here. Which, as you can see, once we tap that, break even, and you can see we never came back down to it at all. That's a great trade. So let's put that break even. All right. Where I ended up taking profit was my first target, as we went over already in the trade recap. You can see I got up pretty much right at it. Boom. So this is supposed to be the 50%. And ultimately up here was the total target. I was even prepared to take 75% off, so another contract off at this high. Didn't have that on the chart. Didn't really talk about it very much, but I was willing to take off another small bit here because this would have been a really good trade for me at 3.8R. So yeah, that would have been a really, really good trade for me. Yeah, so that is pretty much the trade idea. But what we were talking about is, if it is that this is my target, but I get out early, is that bad trading? And it came back to two things. yes, it can be bad trading if it is greed, but no, it can be great trading if it's positive for you. For example, if it is I'm taking this trade, let's say I over leveraged by accident or whatever, and I come up to, I don't know, let's just say I come up to, I know really good examples here. Let's say I come up to here, right? To this candle here, this one. And I'm at the most money I've ever made in one trade before. In my opinion, and you're looking at it, you're getting antsy, just close it. Why? It's a good trade. Trade worked out. The money was there. It's positive because you were able to follow your rules and whatnot. Now, if it is that you just close nilly-willy and you still have more to go, for example, say you traded normally, right? And you're only at 50% of exactly of what your greatest day would have been or greatest trade would have been, and you close at this point, that's bad trading because that's your emotions getting in the way of what the trade should be. Because the trade, your psychological isn't there, right? I think there are two ways to look at that. So that's the first way. Second way is, if it is that you have a system where you move your stop a certain way, for example, in a way that we trade with ISPs for all intents and purposes. Yeah, this is a low, this is a low, this is a low. But then this one here becomes what we call a type 1, right? So essentially that's a low that sweeps the previous low that's inside of an FEG. As you can see, there's a very clear sweep of liquidity right there. So in theory, you should be able to put your stop below this low, your trailing stop below this low, and let the rest of price play out. And if price comes back to it, cool, fine, whatever. You follow your rules, so it's not really an issue. And that's a good trade where you would have gotten out early, but you were following your rules. I think trading isn't necessarily about how much money you're making. It's more about how well you follow your system and your model. And that's what we're trying to get at. Get really good at. This one's a little disappointing because, as we already know, this would have been a massive trade for me. Yeah, it would have been a massively good trade for me. That would have made a lot of money. Yeah, pretty. This would have been my best trade ever, easily. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and yeah, that's the reason. You know, just keep pushing. But yeah, we're back tomorrow. We'll see what happens tomorrow. That is essentially the review from today, and you can see, you know, price just kept tanking. Not tanking, but going up. Looking back, you probably could have held this 2 standard deviations. This would have been an easy target. There's no doubt we were going higher. I just didn't look to hop back in. If I did hop back in here, I would have been break even. If I hop back in here, I was too late, so I wouldn't have. So yeah, this was really the trade of the day. You also have this order block. You can see price comes back down, taps into it, and then rips. If I did hop in this would have been a massive stop. Something like that. This should be a breakaway gap. So yeah, something like that. And target would have been the same 2 standard deviations. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's the trade, man. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at, and tomorrow's another day. I don't know how we're looking for tomorrow in terms of price. What I would say is I'm looking for this to get taken out at an absolute minimum. At an absolute minimum, this is gone. That's my target for tomorrow. Hope we don't do that overnight, but we'll see. We do have NFP tomorrow. So we will see what's going on. But yeah, that's how I'm looking for tomorrow. Maybe we can come back down somewhere in here and then look to push on up. But yeah, that's pretty much it of the market review.